Welcome to Health Yoga Life. Hear from HYL trained coaches from around the world share about the all-virtual HYL Coach Training Program.
I would say about the Health Yoga Life Coaching Training Program that it was life-changing and empowering. And the reason why I say that is because before I came to that program, I didn't realize, and by the word realize, I mean I didn't exercise, I didn't practice and bring into reality just how powerful I personally am. And I had a little inkling about it, but this coaching training brought me out into action. And I am so thankful for it every single day. I mean, my whole life right now is based on this coaching training. So empowering and life-changing.
This probably sounds cliche, but it really was life-changing for me because it was like that last missing piece of what I needed to round out what I do for a living, helping people discover, how they can reach their highest potential and to be able to bring it all together and learn how to coach people forward into their goals was really a game-changing, life-changing experience for me. A big thing for me was being able to take the training at my own pace. Because at the time I was involved in so many different programs, there was just no way that I was going to be able to fit something in where I had to go to a classroom and attend, regularly scheduled classes. So the fact that I could look at go on the website and then also listen to the recorded, you know, classes and sort of move through it at my own pace was a lifesaver for me, fitting it in.
I think that I would say for me as a practitioner and as a human, that training was very empowering. It is spiritual on a level that puts you in touch with yourself, but it's very grounding and it's sort of reassuring. So it's very, very, that training is, if I had to say one word, I would say it's empowering. It's empowering for me. It's empowering for my relationships because I am more grounded and I'm better able to step back and take that space between a reaction versus a response. And that helps me in all aspects of my life. So I would say that I would say empowering. That is probably the best word I can say for this training. It empowers me. It empowers my patients. It's been really a life changer.
When people go into the coaching training, they immediately want to do as a coach. So we also have a space and time to exploring about our pain, about our issue or situation. So they want us to make first clear about ourselves. So if we put together related between asanas, meditation, between the philosophy and the coach, there is like a red line. It means like how you can live in the present moment if you are not clear with yourself. And then coaching, empowering us to have a goal in life, something like that. And of course, they are also teaching us that we have to understand our layers because we are not only the body, we also not only the mind, we are also not in our emotion.
How you act in any situation has to do with your own emotional and mental health and physical health that you're bringing to the situation. So, so I started coaching the staff and bringing my own version of that to to people who had never really done this kind of thing. And I was a little bit thinking, like, how's this going to go? But I have to tell you, they were so receptive. I took them through, sometimes I'll start off with a meditation. I'll take them through a chakra meditation if we're working on something that has to do with a particular chakra. I had everybody read the Changing for Good book, and we all talked about changes that we were trying to go through, because also when you're dealing with clients, you need to understand where are they in their, there are things that, these people are financial advisors. As a financial advisor, you may want some of your clients to make certain changes, and they're not willing. They say they want to make them, but they're not doing it, and that can be very frustrating. So I wanted them to have an understanding of what does that mean to go through change, so that they could have an understanding of themselves and then be able to apply that to their clients who maybe are having some trouble making change. Maybe they're not in the action stage of change. We'd like them to be, and that makes us feel good because then we're helping them to make these changes. But maybe just moving them from pre-contemplation to contemplation is a huge step, and they can feel good about knowing what stage of change they're in, what they can do to help them move from that stage to the next stage. Maybe they'll never move into the stage after, or maybe they will, but it's a slow progression, and you're doing something that will actually help them rather than acting out of your own anxiety to want them to change.
I took this coaching program because I've always been interested in coaching, helping other people, and currently I'm also coaching tennis and golf, and also teach Tai Chi at an adult school here in Los Angeles. I felt that this program really helped me in, even for myself, to be able to sort through any kind of emotional issues that I might be having. And by experiencing that breakthrough myself, I'm able to help other people as well. So this program has been very valuable for me. Normally, when I go through any kind of emotional problem where I get stuck, I normally try to find relief outside myself. And when that happens, there's temporary relief by socializing or doing something so that I can just momentarily forget whatever that emotional issue is. But with this program, it's I'm learning how to instead of avoiding the pain of the emotional problem, to go through it, because and it's very difficult to do that myself. That's why I think a coach is really very valuable for this process, because a coach can help me see me as I operate in this mechanical way of being, which I cannot get out of.
My three biggest takeaways in terms of coaching skills, the first was definitely relanguaging. That was one of my favorite classes. I loved the readings we did on that topic. It really hit home with me, just in my own personal life. And I think I became so much more aware of my communication to others after that. And I also think it's just such a strong tool for coaches because you're over the phone and you're listening, really, you're actively listening. That's my other biggest takeaway. But you're listening for those keywords that are kind of alerting you to something that might be bigger, that might be going on behind the word. And so then even in my own life, if I hear myself saying these kind of trigger words or these words that I look for and listen for in other people, if I hear myself saying them, I can kind of just say, wait a second, like, is there something going on behind that? So I love that, learning that skill. Active listening is, something I think that everyone comes in maybe thinking they know a little bit about, because of course,
in the business world and in even school, they teach you about how to be an active listener and how it's an important skill. But I think with coaching, it really is about being fully present. And I think through yoga and learning to meditate, you can kind of start to feel what that really means, really being there, being an active listener, putting aside everything that you're thinking about or dealing with to be there for someone else, kind of dropping your ego too. And that's what feeds into the third skill that I learned. My third biggest takeaway would have been meeting people where they're at. And I struggled, and I still do, with thinking, how can I help this person? How can I fix their whatever they're going through, or how do I get them from point A to point B? And it's not about me. And learning to kind of drop that thinking that I can do anything. And that was a huge skill that I'm still working on, and what I think is so important even in my personal relationships, just knowing that everyone's at a different spot and they're seeing things from a totally different perspective, and you might not have any idea what that's like. And so meeting people where they're at was a huge skill for me.
Email or call us at Health Yoga Life. Take the next steps to an HYL coaching career. We look forward to you joining our community of coaches.